were tech-savvy racketeers out to dupe job seekers. Cloned website, malicious links being used to lure unsuspecting victims. On March 23 this year, Bhupendra Singh, a team leader with a private company, received a WhatsApp message about an opening for a senior manager at the Delhi Metro Rail Corporation. The message sought a small payment as a registration fee and provided a link to help pay the amount. Mr. Singh clicked on the link and paid the fee, only to end up losing over 19,000. The advertisement seemed genuine. The job I was working in at that time was not stable. I have a house to run. We live on rent in a single room flat in Krolbag. I thought I could earn a better salary by getting that job, Mr. Singh said. I filed a case of fraud with the Delhi police on April 4 and is yet to get his money back. Just like Mr. Singh, many job seekers in the city get duped by fake job rackets every year, say senior police officers. According to them, 30% of all complaints lodged with the National Cybercrime Reporting Portal pertain to employment-related frauds. Mohit, name changed, 35, who worked as a marketing agent in a private bank, suffered the same fate in 2022 when he applied for a job at a private airline. He was cheated of nearly 20,000. I was desperately looking for a job online when I saw the advertisement on a job portal, Mr. Mohit said. Unlike Mr. Singh, Mr. Mohit did not lose money by clicking on a malicious link. He was a victim of a more elaborate job fraud. After sharing his resume with the employers who had listed the job, Mr. Mohit was asked to appear for an online exam in August 2021. Subsequently, he was told that his resume had been shortlisted and that he was required to write another online exam after paying a fee 2,600. This was followed by further demands of 6,125 for office uniform and 10,500 as his salary account activation fee. Repeated demand. They kept asking for money on the pretext of completing various formalities, and I believed them. Ultimately, I was told the vacancy had been closed due to some internal emergency. Soon after, the caller went incommunicado, Mr. Mohit said. He too hasn't got his money back despite all the accused in the case being arrested. I come from a middle class family. I aspired to earn more, but this incident has set me back financially and impacted me psychologically, Mr. Mohit said. Modus operandi. Senior police officers say people running these Rackets are mostly amateur criminals who set up makeshift call centers mostly in Pitampura and Dwarka. Such fake jobs rackets source mobile numbers of aspirants and job seekers from job portals and start making calls and sending text to them about attractive employment opportunities. Then they send the victims links which take them to authentic looking but clone's website, said a senior police officer. Those hiding these rackets also put out ads in newspapers and on various websites asking candidates to apply on these cloned websites. The officer added. Desi designers roped in. Web designers are paid to design genuine looking websites of companies, create Google Forms and write an exam in order to make the requirement process semi-authentic, the officer said. Yes, Kalal, 22, who was preparing for the Rajasthan Administrative Service exam in Udaipur, came across one such newspaper advertisement last year, which offered a job in a telecom company at an attractive salary. After Mr. Kalal applied for a job, one person got in touch with him through WhatsApp and asked him for 40,000 as an examination fee. After I made the online payment, they stopped responding to my calls. I lost my money and the hope of getting a job. Now I am preparing for IAS exam again, Mr. Kalal said. The senior officer said that police had often came across cases where the employees hired by the accused persons to call the victims or send them messages regarding the job offers were not aware of being part of a fake job racket.